and I'm here today to bring you some excerpts, some words of wisdom by Paramhansa Yogananda, and to touch on them just briefly for our weekday noon broadcast. Today I selected a reading from a section in his teachings called Appreciation of Others, and this is from one of his talks. On earth, God is trying to evolve the universal art of right living by encouraging in men's hearts feelings of brotherhood and appreciation of others. He has therefore allowed no nation to be complete in itself. To the members of each race, he has given some special aptitude, some unique genius with which they may make a distinctive contribution to the world's civilization. Peace on earth will be hastened by a constructive exchange among nations of their best features. Ignoring the faults of a race, we should discern and emulate its virtues. It is important to note that the great saints of history have personified the ideals of all lands and have embodied the highest aspirations of all religions. I found this particularly inspiring quote, one we could do well to meditate on individually and try to infuse into our lives, and one which the world just sorely needs right now. I've just returned from a week of spiritual renewal at Ananda Village in California, and my talk that week was on the topic of sharing the Master's light in today's world. And this is in the context of the fact of understanding that we're not in a very high age at this moment, Yuga. I don't have time to go into the full description of that, but the point is we're just at the beginning of the second out of 4 yugas, and each is approximately, this one is approximately 2,400 years. And so we have a long way to go, but the good news is we're in an ascendant age. We're in an ascendant arc towards higher awareness. And we can see hints of this all around us, although in this moment, there is a tremendous amount of clashing of egos and power struggles still. And so the world can sorely benefit from what I just read from Yogananda's teachings. He was so universal, and that was one of the points I was trying to make in my talk at Spiritual Renewal Week. So universal in his approach, and when we adopt that universality into our own consciousness, into our own way of thinking, we are in fact helping to share the light of God, to share the light of Yogananda, who was a representative of God on this earth plane. We are then becoming instruments of that light when we adopt that universal attitude. I found the last sentence very interesting as well, that it's important to note that the great saints of history have personified the ideals of all lands and have embodied the highest aspirations of all religions. And Yogananda himself, in his autobiography of a yogi, had a meeting with his guru, Sri Yukteswar, just before he went to America. And Sri Yukteswar said to him, and I want to read it because I don't want to paraphrase it, it's very important. He said, "Forget you were born a Hindu and don't be an American. Take the best of them both." Master, meaning Sri Yukteswar, said in his calm way of wisdom, "Be your true self, a child of God. Seek and incorporate into your being the best qualities of all brothers and sisters scattered over the earth in various races." And so this is meant not just only for Yogananda, but he put it into his autobiography so that we could all see and try to live in that ideal, not to identify so much with our separateness, with our gender, with our race, with our, national patriotic selves, but to identify as citizens of this world, in fact, citizens of the universe, if we want to think of it in the broadest possible way. And in that way, not only will we expand our own consciousness, but we will touch and expand, bring in, be a vehicle to be able to bring in the light of God into today's very confused world. Well, joy to you.